Egunon, welcome back everyone. This is where the magic happens. Every day I sit here at my desk and I try to figure out Euskara, the Basque language. Today we have to get serious, okay? The last few videos I had a lot of fun doing word searches and crossword puzzles and learning new vocabulary, and that was cool. But today I gotta get back to business because tonight I have my Euskara class online and it's been like 10 days since the last class, I think. It's been a while since I've looked at the unit we're working on, so I gotta do that today. But before we get down to business, I wanna have a little story time with you guys because today I was feeling a little motivated and I tried speaking some Basque with my father. And it didn't go super terribly. This morning, my dad called me, but I couldn't get to the phone because I was washing my face in the bathroom. And before I called him back, I planned an opening line. I took like 2 minutes and I thought it out. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna say to my father. He answered the phone, Egunon alabacha. I said, Egunon Aita, which is kind of our new thing. It used to just be alaba and Aita, but since you guys have been commenting on my videos and my posts online and referring to him as Aita, which he sees as like a very Biscayno thing. I don't know if it is, but to him that's like puro Biscayno, and he thinks it's hilarious. He loves it. So now I call him Aita, he calls me alabacha. We have a little laugh, ha ha ha, so cute. So then I say to him, Barkatu Aita, Gastelu Chipian Isanis, which translates to, sorry dad, I was in the little castle. What is the little castle? I don't know if this is an expression in Basque or if this is just my dad being a total weirdo, because I feel like that's the more likely one. But my entire life, my dad has always referred to the bathroom as le petit château, the little castle. So I was like, okay, let's see how I translate this into Basque. Gastelu, castle. Chipia is small. That's the way he says it in his dialect. But then I was struggling with the verbs because, okay, I'm learning in Euskara Batua, I'm learning officially that there's 2 different verbs for to be, kind of like in Spanish. There's isan and there's egon. There's like a more permanent isan, like you are always this way. And then there's the more temporary, like sometimes you are, and that's egon. I hated it when I was learning Spanish, and I'm not a huge fan of it now that I'm learning Basque, just because we don't have that in English. So it's just an extra step to think about, like, what kind of state am I in right now? So I was processing this, but I know that my dad and his dialect, that they don't use egon. That's not a thing. Like it's isan to be for everything. So I was trying to figure out, how do I say I was in the bathroom in the past? So I landed on isan nis, because the way they say nice in his dialect is nis. And I just tried it. I said, Barkatu Aita, Gastelu Chipian isan nis. And then he goes, oh! Ondo pasatu, I think. Something along those lines, basically asking me like, oh, how did it go? And I was like, yes, I got it right. And he's like, yeah, you said that perfectly right. I was like, oh my God, small victories, something is working. So that was my small victory for this morning. And so I want to tell you this so you see my process. It's like, on the one hand, I'm super fortunate to have people in my family who speak Basque, because it makes it easier to practice conversation with them. But on the other hand, it also makes it kind of complicated to have people in my family who speak Basque, at least now in this beginning stage, because I'm learning Euskara Batua in the curriculum, and it's all like this way, this is how you say it, whatever. And then I learn something, I'll go back to my father, and he's like, nope, we don't say it that way, we say it this way, which is really fun and interesting when I get it right like this, when I can translate in my brain like isanis, instead of another form. But it's a lot of steps, guys. That's all it is. It's like trying to go from English to Batua, and then from Batua to my dad's Euskalki, his dialect, and so it's like a whole process. So whenever I get something right, I think it's a small miracle. And so just want to let you know, these are working. Kind of. Doing this daily practice every day, I'm thinking about Euskara a lot more than I ever did before. And it's been really cool reading your guys' comments, because I feel like all of a sudden overnight I've gotten like 20 new Euskara teachers online, because you guys are so cool. Like the people, the Euskalduna here who actually speak Basque, like you're in the comments like answering my questions, you're like correcting things and explaining things to me, and it's So cool. So thank you guys so much for like being my support group in a way. So whatever, small victory, day 5, it's kind of working. But in the end, all of that was just procrastination on getting to my work. No, but I really wanted to share that story with you guys because I get comments from you about my dad and what kind of Basques he speaks. So there you go. That's just a little joke. So let me know in the comments actually if Gastelu Tipia, like if Le Petit Chateau, the small castle, is actually an expression in Basque to refer to the bathroom, or like is my dad just weird? Because I'm leaning towards just weird. I suppose it's very Basque to give nicknames to everything. I assume it is because my dad and his siblings, they all do that. Everything has a nickname and a code, and nobody talks straight, which makes it kind of fun. Feels like I'm part of something. So anyway, let's get back to business. I've got my class tonight. What are we even looking at? In actuality, I can't remember the last time I had class because I think our class before this got canceled. So tonight we got a lot of work to do. We're going to go over like a lot of the old homework, which is good. But I'm just going to kind of review what that was because it's been a while. So we've been looking at the future tense. So I'm going to keep going with that. There's one section of the unit that's asking us to answer questions. In order to answer questions, I need to understand the question. So I'm just going to run through what the questions are and try to get my brain to refresh on like the verb tenses and what these words are. So first question, Nor Joango da mendira? Nor. I don't know why, but this one isn't sinking in yet. Nor, I just double checked it. It means who. Joango da Mendira, who is going to the mountain. Joango da, Mendira, got it. Nor. But every time I see nor, I'm just like, what is that? Next question. Aitor sinemara Joango alda? Is Aitor gonna go to the cinema? I don't know. I'm sure I've seen it before, but I'm not so sure about this alda. Aitor sinemara Joango alda? I guess it's more, I'm not so sure about why there's an al or what that means in this context. Maybe it's like to make it in the form of a question. I don't know. But either way, I think I understand what that means. Is Aitor going to the cinema? Next, Mikelek izango du arazorik? Is Mikel something? You see, I've got my dictionary out already. Because arazo, I don't know, arazorik, I'm not so sure what that is. I don't think I've come across that before. Okay, let's see. Arazorik? Arazo. 1, problem. So, Mikelek izango du arazorik? Does Mikel have any problems? I think. Ooh, next one. If I was confused with nor, listen to this. Nortzuk keshatuko dira? Nortzuk keshatuko dira? I'm guessing, I mean, it's got to be something with who again. Is it like a plural who? I'm not so sure. It must be because it's dira, right? Nortzuk keshatuko dira. I still need to look up keshatuko because that's a new one for me. Nortzuk keshatuko dira. Keshatu means to complain. So, in this context, to complain or to whine. Nortzuk keshatuko dira. Are there people complaining? Is anyone complaining? Let's ask Google Translate just to be sure. Keshatuko dira. Who will complain? Who will, oh right, because we're working in the future. Oh, I forgot that already. Who will complain? Nortzuk. Well, that's something new. So I guess Nortzuk has something to do with it being multiple hypothetical people complaining. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Next one, Nordago Salansan. So who is dago, like temporarily, this egon verb, Salansan, something new for me, so I'm gonna look that up. Salans, I'm guessing it's Salansa, and the N is like an to be in a state, a certain state, since we're in a temporary state, because we are using egon. Salansa, doubt. So in this context, Nordago Salansan, who is in doubt? Okay. Next, Garbiniek futbolera Joan Naidu. Garbiniek futbolera Joan Naidu. So Garbiñe, I know is a name. Futbolera, like a football player. Joan Naidu. So Naidu, she wants. So does Garbiñe want to... No. Wow. I was going to say, does Garbiñe want to be a football player? No, because Joan means to go somewhere, and ra as a suffix means like, oh God, like to go to somewhere? Yeah, to, I think so. So in this case, it would be Garbiñe. Does Garbiñe want to go to football, or like the football field? That's my best guess. And then the last question, Nork egon naidu Garbiñerekin. Nork egon naidu Garbiñerekin. So who wants to be with Garbiñe? Egon naidu, like who temporarily wants to be with Garbiñe? I'm guessing they mean in terms of like going to the football place? Or did we just jump to romance right now? Who wants to be with Garbiñe? I think we're talking about sports here. And these seem like very specific questions, so these questions actually go with a recording that I have not listened to because I am terrified of the recordings in this lesson. Honestly, it's like, I get it. You're trying to get us to comprehend and practice listening the way people actually speak, but like, girl, like you need to slow that down by like times 10 with the level I'm at. So yes, I skipped the recording, but there you go. So I think I figured out what these questions mean, and just for fun, I'm gonna answer them. I'm gonna try to answer them however I want, not based on the recording at all, just to practice sentences. So I will not put you through the torture of watching me do that, because I think we've done enough for today. Because I want to leave some time. A few videos ago, I asked you guys if you had any questions for me, and I would be happy to answer them in a future video. So we have our first question. On episode 2, we got a question from Natalie Danner. Thank you for your question. She said, where in the Basque country is your family from? I know you said the French side. My family is from Biarritz, or Miaritz in Basque. Fun fact, I never knew the Basque name for Biarritz, which is terrible. I just assumed that was it, because Biarritz sounds pretty Basque to me, but cool, Miaritz. So to answer your question, my Basque family is from Basque Nafarroa, more inland from the Basque coast in Iparralde, the northern Basque country. And so the village my dad is from is super small, like less than 100 people these days, but he's from a town called Saint-Michel in French, and in Basque it's Eralare, and it took me a good 2 weeks to learn how to say that in Basque. So the town is Eralare. My uncle still lives there. And originally the family was from Eserentzubi, next door, which is really not far. Right there, super in the valley of the mountains. So my dad's grandparents came from Eserentzubi, so my great-grandparents. But my dad was born and raised in Saint-Michel, Eralare, and that's where they're from. Very near to Donibane Garasi, for you guys who maybe aren't familiar with that part of the Basque Country. So thank you so much, Natalie, for your question. If anyone else has any questions for me about me, my family, this journey, I'm here every day. So let's do this. I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stay in touch and see more of my attempts to learn Euskara, the Basque language, you can subscribe to the Hello Basque YouTube channel and also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Hello Basque. And with that, I will see you tomorrow. Bihar arte!